willkommen zurück beim Podcast von Konstanz. Hier sind wieder Caro
und Lisa. Nachdem wir in den letzten Folgen des Podcasts einige ProfessorInnen im Gespräch da hatten, würden wir dieses Mal wieder etwas mehr den Studienalltag von Studierenden in den Mittelpunkt rücken. Zu diesem Anlass ist auch Samira, unsere Direktorin für Podcasts, wieder dabei.
Heute haben wir wieder eine Erasmus-Folge für euch, aber diesmal aus der Sicht der Studierenden, die nach Konstanz gekommen sind.
Genau, und dabei wünschen wir euch jetzt viel Spaß mit unserer internationalen Folge.
Hallo, willkommen zurück zum Podcast Neues aus dem Elsa-Büro. Ich darf mich wieder melden, da die Corona-Beschränkungen es zulassen, und ich habe heute 3 besondere Gäste da. Kurzer Disclaimer, der Anfang wird noch auf Deutsch sein und der Rest des Interviews dann auf Englisch. Wollt ihr euch dann kurz vorstellen? Also ich habe 3 Leute gegenüber von mir sitzen.
Ich heiße Amelie, ich bin 21 Jahre alt und ich bin Deutsche, aber bin im Ausland aufgewachsen und bin mit 15 dann nach England gezogen und bin dann da auch irgendwie hängen geblieben für meinen Universitätsabschluss, und ich studiere jetzt an der University of Warwick Jura, also Law with German Law, und
mache ich weiter. Ich heiße auch Amelie. Ich bin auch 21 Jahre alt, komme aus Wien und bin in Irland und Griechenland aufgewachsen und studiere auch in England an der University of Warwick.
Ja, und ich heiße nicht Amelie, ich bin Matt und ich bin auch 21 Jahre alt, aber komme aus England. Und ich studiere auch Law with German Law auf der an der University of Warwick.
Ja, super. Dann würde ich sagen, erstmal cheers, dass ihr da seid. Perfect. So now we're switching to English. I'm very sorry for every mistake I'm going to make. It's been a long time. So, why did you choose Konstanz? Did you have a choice, or?
Yeah, so the University of Warwick, they have 3 partner universities in Germany, and it's the Freie Universität in Berlin and Konstanz, and then Saarbrücken. And Konstanz and Saarbrücken are the only 2 of the 3 that offer the option to do an LLM afterwards. And Saarbrücken we knew that we wanted to stay together, like the 3 of us, because we were friends back at university, and Saarbrücken wasn't really an option for us.
I understand. You have the choice between Saarbrücken and Konstanz, and then it's Konstanz.
Yeah, and we definitely thought we would never live in Konstanz normally. It's not a place you'd move to, so we thought, why not?
And the choice between a red light district and an area with the most beautiful lake in all of Europe.
Yeah.
It's not much of a competition.
Makes sense.
Yeah. And also, we had the opportunity to talk to an older Warwick student who'd been here 2 years ago.
2 years ago, yeah.
And he was able to give us like a lot of insight on what life here was like, and he loved it, and he had like the greatest time here. And then I think that just really reinforced it for us.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Nice. So you left in June last year, something like that, July?
To come here?
Yes, to come here.
No,
we came in October.
In October,
yeah. So mid-COVID.
Yeah.
And anyway, you were brave enough to come. What were your biggest worries before leaving?
I think we were really worried that because of COVID we wouldn't meet any people.
Which happened to be true.
Which happened to be true.
It was definitely confirmed, yeah.
Yeah, no, we were really worried, but at the same time, it's part of our degree, so we couldn't not do this year abroad. So we said, we'll go, it's the 3 of us, we'll live together, it can't be that bad. And I think we've made it to the university a solid 1 time.
Twice. Yeah, we happened twice.
Yeah.
Yeah, they were like at the beginning, we did this like introduction thing for international students.
Yes, I was there.
Oh,
You remember?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Mr. Warner.
They were like, get a bus pass. At this introduction thing, they were like, you have to get a bus pass, like you need it. And then we went and got a bus pass, and we were like,
60 euros down the toilet.
Waste of money ever, because we used it twice. Yeah.
Yes, and past 7 in the evening, you can use it for free if you're a student. So
you see, we didn't even know
we
that.
don't go out past 7 evening, so that's only true.
Well, you didn't miss a lot at university. It's very confusing if you've seen it with all the buildings.
Yeah, it looks it. Yeah.
Yeah, so it should be like the architect thought it should look like a Moroccan like village.
Oh.
Okay.
It's very weird.
Yeah. And also when they were talking about like library stuff, they were like, so we don't actually have a library. Everything is scattered everywhere in in the university
Or it's
building.
like not one single building.
Yeah, there's not one single library building, and we were like, what? How is that? Like, I don't know, because we at work, we have like a proper library building that's like 6 floors high, and it's like all in one place. So that was a bit confusing.
Did you ever go to the library?
No, it wasn't necessary
it's really
anyway.
nice there.
Yeah.
Okay, so the worries were that you won't meet anyone.
Yeah,
Okay.
I think so.
Yeah, so the social contacts were just in between the three of you.
Yeah. We went to one party in the beginning.
Yeah.
Yeah, we did.
That was the last one, and then the lockdown
And then
hit.
because it was like the first 2 weeks or so that we got here. When was it? Like the first 3 weeks or whatever, it was still fine. Like you could go to restaurants. It was like that last bit of summer in Germany that was still okay.
We were planning a whole orientation. We
Yeah,
had
barbecue.
plans,
Yeah.
with Simone and me and barbecue and whatsoever, and then like it all went down really fast.
Yeah.
And that's the exact same thing that we had. We had like one party, and then it was like
That was
lockdown, like everything closed, nothing.
And I think also because we didn't live in like student dormitories, it was very difficult to meet people.
Yeah, I mean, we were given the advice from that older Warwick student I was talking about like previously. He had told us that the student accommodation that's close to the university is like terrible. Like he was.
That's very bare bones and
Yeah.
not. It was just basically saying in comparison to the ones that we have at Warwick, which it's run as a business, so it's also very expensive.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's just a huge difference, and he said you won't like it. And then with COVID, we said we don't really want to share bathrooms with people we don't know, and we're going the 3 of us, so we got an apartment
I
together.
think lockdown with people you don't know.
Yeah.
It's intense.
That's an adventure.
Yeah, definitely. So I think that was like, it was a good decision that we had an apartment by ourselves, because like we had our own space and like we knew we were going to be safe because we knew
There were no outside people in the
that
kitchen
we were
or-
interacting with and stuff. But then it also obviously was a bit of a downside, because like that would have been an opportunity to get to know people that way, or like
Socialize.
Yeah.
Yeah, but at least you had the 3 of you.
Yeah.
Yeah. So highs and lows. Do you want to start with lows or highs?
I mean, I've got a personal low.
Okay.
It was
Tell us about it.
it was in the middle of the mock exam for
The mock
for
exam.
Startwag.
It's a Probeklausur.
Yes, the Probeklausur.
No, I think
Okay.
this was your mock exam.
Yes.
Oh,
It was
my
the
mock
The your one.
oral one.
The oral.
Oh, okay.
My so
Sorry, I know the story.
I can't say I was the most prepared for the exam.
I'm so excited for the story.
And halfway through,
Context. The 3 of us were sitting in our living room around the table because the Wi-Fi is supposed to be strongest there. It was not.
Yeah, that was
And
a lie.
because it was 3, oral exams, it's taking up a lot of internet. And I think it was your turn.
yeah, my turn to answer the question. And at that moment, the internet cut off. So then I was panicking because I couldn't answer the question during the exam. So I started showing Amelie my camera. And we're like, look, it doesn't. It won't work. And then I could hear you in the background saying, Matt, kannst du dein Mikro bitte ausmachen? And apparently everyone could see me showing my thing like, it doesn't work.
Like twice, because I saw myself in my own laptop screen, and then Matt had rotated his laptop around and was like shaking it. And you were just like on the other side, and you were like, Matt, wenn du Probleme hast, kannst du zumindest dein Mikro bitte ausmachen.
Yes, okay, but that's not such a low. It's more funny.
It was a personal high for
us. It was a personal
We
high.
laugh about it to this
Yeah,
day.
it's a question of perspective, I guess.
It is, yeah.
Definitely.
Okay, and other low points before we get to the highs.
England losing the EM final. I was
Yes, I
in the
understand.
public viewing with 400 Italians, and I was one of 2 England supporters there.
Okay.
So you
and
stood up to sing the national
I
anthem.
stood up to sing the national anthem at
And you weren't kicked out.
full power. I was not kicked out, but yeah, it was a rough night.
Yeah, I understand.
Yeah, difficult.
The walk home was sad.
The walk home was terrible. Yeah.
Silent tears.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was a blow, I'd say.
And then I think also a definite low was like Vertragsrecht. But that's because of the subject matter.
Yeah.
Okay, I understand.
Even though like you and I are native in German, we've never really done school in German,
Yeah,
right? So it's
well,
different.
I struggled with
Yeah.
Vertragsrecht.
Yeah, so there was a
So,
lot of words and
normal.
concepts where we
Yeah.
were like, what does
What the
that
hell does
mean?
that
You know,
mean?
Matt was
That's true.
completely lost, and we
I've never seen it in my entire life. Oh, I love it.
Yeah. But then I think like we got over that and we studied as best as we could for Vertragsrecht 1, and I think that was fine.
So we're coming to the highest. What were the best moments?
Well, the
of your
Bodensee
Erasmus?
is quite a high.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
true. It
Did
is
you go
always like
swimming a lot?
We went to the Hörnle,
Oh,
yeah,
nice.
that's really
Um,
nice there.
so we made a few trips there, and it really is quite nice.
Yes.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
the water is very pleasant. We had a few good
Beautiful.
swims, and
Yeah.
it was good fun.
No, that is very nice.
Did you go to the Herosee Park?
No.
The what?
Herosee Park. It's close to the Fahrrad Bridge.
Yeah.
And there's
Oh.
like the place where all the young people chill in
Oh,
summer.
okay.
So they
Oh,
play
we-
beer pong, listen to music.
Yes.
give
Oh,
flunkyball.
We walked through it a few
We
times.
have walked
Yeah.
through that a few times.
Yeah.
Oh, that's so
And there's a
cool.
whole swimming section, isn't there, in the river?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you can swim there.
Yeah.
There's like a proper place to swim,
Yeah.
and then there's the place where all the students go just for free.
Yeah. Mm.
No, but I think we got very lucky with Constance being so beautiful because we have friends who are in Berlin and they were in
Oh, Berlin during lockdown.
exactly,
Yeah.
and they were very depressed about
Yeah,
like they were
because
not having a
obviously-
fun time
yeah.
because we
Yeah.
could go out, go for
Yeah.
walks, sit
Yeah.
at the lake, read a bit, and
Yeah.
they couldn't do anything.
And obviously Berlin is like the kind of city it thrives off of like what you can do in Berlin, but if
Mhm.
everything's closed, then it's ugly. Like,
Yes.
Yeah.
no
Yeah.
offense to Berlin.
No,
Yeah.
it's true. It's great. And
Mm.
normally you can go to the clubs, bars, events,
Yeah.
whatsoever.
Yeah.
But otherwise you're locked in a small apartment, which is
exactly.
very expensive.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Definitely. And then I think what was a high was, I think just like the proximity of other things you can do from Constance. Like it's
Mhm.
very well connected. Like you're in Zurich,
Yeah.
super quick. You're
With Flixbus to Munich, super close as well.
Yes.
Yeah.
So did you do a few trips to other cities?
We did.
Yeah,
we
we
went to
did.
Zurich a few times.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Nice.
because
Yeah.
my grandmother lives in Zurich, so that was
Yeah.
really
Oh, cool.
nice, and we stayed
Yeah.
with her. We rented a car. It was actually really cheap here. We
Yeah.
were very surprised
Yeah.
about that.
And you always get a good upgrade.
Yeah.
We ordered the cheapest Skoda possible, and then we ended up getting a BMW X5. We also went to Tübingen.
Mm-hmm.
We don't really know why we went there, but
Yeah.
it was really nice.
It was really
So
nice.
nice.
They don't take cash. No, they don't take card. Only
yes.
cash
But
That
this
is a
surprised
In the
difference.
us.
whole
Hello.
city.
in the whole city.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
not a
We went
concept.
for coffee, and we couldn't. We went to about 15 different places, and we couldn't. We ended up just leaving.
Yeah.
Because
they were like,
none of us had cash.
Yeah, no, we didn't have
Yeah,
cash.
that's kind of a general problem in Germany.
Yeah.
Oh my
True.
god, yeah.
That's very true.
In
Yeah.
Paris, you can pay anything
In
Yeah.
the UK,
card.
it's
Contactless
in
as
the
well.
UK,
Yeah.
They don't
Like,
Even the
take
bus in the
cash.
UK.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm.
It's
Yeah.
like weird in the UK when you come with like a
Cash.
yeah. I don't remember the last
Mm.
time I had like pound notes
No.
on me. So
Yeah.
because you have everything on your phone or whatever.
Yes.
Yeah.
So
In my first year of university, I came with £10 in my wallet, and when I left after second year, I still had that £10 in my wallet. I never used it once.
Yes,
Yeah,
but you're a
because you
cheapskate.
No,
You
no,
don't
I-
spend
I-
any money.
and you don't need it.
Yeah.
Like the actual physical cash.
Mm.
Yeah.
You have it on your card or whatever.
Okay,
Yeah.
other highs like nice experience, maybe academic success in some form.
I think no, go ahead. Sorry.
No, I think we noticed that Warwick prepared us very well actually
Yeah.
when we came here because we already knew quite a lot of the content and we weren't really struggling that much. I mean, okay, yeah. I mean, it was hard and all, but I
Yeah.
feel like it was manageable
Yeah.
with studying. We weren't terrified.
Also, what I felt like is if there was ever something that we needed explained to us, it was always possible to get that
Yeah.
explanation. Like we have your phone numbers, Amira. Like if
Yeah.
we really needed to, like, and there were several times where we would
Mm.
text you and be like, "This doesn't add up. Can you explain it?" And
Yeah.
you would always get back to us within like a day or so, you know. So it was
Yeah.
always like if there was an issue, you can go and find help quite easily
Yeah.
because like AG Leiter are like very easily to reach.
And also the exams for the AGs, they were so nice and informal.
Yeah.
That it took all the
Yeah.
pressure away.
Yeah.
Whereas if you sit down with a 2-hour time limit and have to start writing, that's high pressure.
Yeah.
But if you're speaking to someone that you know, and it's in a very informal setting, if you feel a lot more comfortable, and I feel like you get better results that way.
Yeah, I've always enjoyed the oral exams with you. I
Yeah.
thought it's a nice atmosphere, and I hope you weren't too scared.
No, it was
Mm.
honestly fine. I think before the first one, obviously we were a bit nervous, but that's normal with
Yeah.
every
Yeah.
exam. But after that, we were like, oh, it's fine. Like we can do this.
Yeah.
I think our first one was with Mona,
Mona, yeah.
and you sat in on that one.
Yeah.
And
Oh, Mona's so sweet.
yeah, she's so nice.
Yeah.
Yes.
She's so nice. And after that, we were like, yeah, it's fine. We can do this. Like,
Mhm.
Yeah, I think all the AG-Leiter or like the people who do the classes for internationals, they really want you to succeed,
Mhm.
and they don't like to give bad grades. So would you recommend to do an Erasmus to your best friend?
yeah, I think so.
Especially,
during
especially
Corona?
just for the grant alone. I mean, no, honestly, it gives you the opportunity to travel.
Yeah.
You're in Europe, Schengen. If you come from the UK that isn't in Schengen or Europe anymore, the EU, it gives you the opportunity with €3,000 to travel Europe. I think it's fantastic, and just for the sake of that, for the ease of travel, why not?
No, I'd absolutely recommend Erasmus. And like as a person who's moved around a lot, like I feel like you only gain like valuable experiences. I mean, yes, it's hard and it's scary, but at the same time, looking back, we've learned so much more than people who've just stayed in the same place.
Absolutely.
And I am proud of us that even though like the circumstances were far from ideal, like we definitely did try to make the best out of it.
Absolutely.
And, like, we're like, okay, well, this is what we've been dealt with. Like that's the card we've been dealt. So like, let's just do it.
And I do see how it can be a big like community, the Erasmus program. Like you can meet a lot of people. We were just very unlucky with COVID. But
definitely.
I think overall I would definitely recommend it.
I was worrying so much about it's like, okay, I have to do WhatsApp group and this. I don't know.
No. But I think under like normal circumstances, like from everything that we've heard from people, I think Konstanz is also like a super fun student city because it's so small, you get places so quickly and whatnot. So I think that had we been here under normal circumstances, I think it would have been like an even better experience.
Definitely. Yeah, going to clubs and bars, and there's always so much happening. So we were already talking a little bit about classes and exams. What were the difficulties with them?
Yes, me. So there was definitely an issue with the language barrier. So I came here thinking, I speak German, no problem. And then I get to doing law, and I realise this isn't German, this is legal German, a totally different language. And it was just hard overcoming the language issue.
Yeah, we would be sitting in the apartment on the floor with like these massive pieces of papers drawing out mind maps, and like writing out concepts, especially for Vertragsrecht, just so we could kind of get our head around it. Because I think...
And the links as well between all the components.
German law is a very different way of thinking, like to English law in general, right?
It's mathematical, whereas English law is very much like a airy-fairy, a bit of this, you could maybe think about this and do a bit of that, but German law is 1, 2, 3, 4.
It was basically doing structured logic.
Yeah.
So
did they force you to do the Gutachtenstil?
Yes. We had to do that for Vertragsrecht 1. Our exam was in Gutachtenstil.
Yeah. Staatsorger was also Gutachtenstil.
Yeah.
Also. But Staatsorger was like, I feel like, I mean, maybe this is also just personal, how you feel about it personally, but I felt like Staatsorger logically added up quicker than Vertragsrecht did. I thought there was more like exceptions and anomalies to Vertragsrecht than there were to Staatsorger. We definitely spent more time studying for Vertragsrecht.
I think the overall framework for like Staatsorg was kind of stayed the same each time, and then the details changed. Whereas for Vertragsrecht, it could kind of be anything, right? And they would throw down 3-4 big topics together into one, so that would be very overwhelming, especially in an exam session.
I remember when we were preparing for the exam, and the evening before the exam, we were sitting there and we were like, there's no way in how they're going to put all of these... there's no way that they're going to put all of these issues into one Gutachten. And then we opened the exam, and it was literally every possible issue that you could have thought of was in that. Yeah. But I guess they try to make it hard because they know people are going to sit at home with their notes and they don't want to cheat. So maybe it's also different when you write an in-person exam.
How did you feel about the grading? Was it fair? Was it...
I feel like for the international ones, it was good. But for the actual... like the proper
it was very strict.
Exams, it was very, very strict. I feel like the international benefit, we didn't really get any of that. I don't think it helped at all. Maybe they didn't mark us down for having bad grammar, but they gave us no extra help for for the lack of understanding.
Wow. But you still succeeded.
We did.
Yeah.
Amazing. Cheers to that. So, and about the life in Germany, were there any surprises, anything you weren't prepared for?
I mean, we've already talked about the fact that this is like a cash country.
Yeah.
I guess that was something that we were a bit surprised by at the beginning, especially small stuff, like if you have to bring like an envelope to the post office, you have to bring like €2 and like whatever.
And that they don't accept a lot of like Visa and MasterCards because
only EC-Karte.
And we were like, what is EC-Karte? When we first moved here, and you have one. And then we were like, Amelie, we're using your card from now on.
And prejudices about German people or Germany, were they proven? Did you have any?
Oh, the efficiency?
The efficiency.
That was proved
wrong. That was proven very wrong.
I had high hopes for that. I don't know. I thought that would work. But
okay, but you were disappointed in like the administration of the university.
Yeah, but also because I work as like I don't know, it's called like a Hiwi-Vertrag for one of the professors.
I've seen it. I was so proud.
Yeah. And it was a whole thing because I'm not German, right? So I don't have a German tax number. And then I had to go apply for one, but because like all these offices were closed because of COVID, it had to happen online. And it took months and months, and then they were sending me threatening emails or like letters, official letters saying Zwangsgeldzahlung. So like, we're gonna take out like €400 out of your bank account because you don't have the proper tax forms, and you need to hire some kind of tax advisor. And I was like, we're talking about €100 a month. Why do I need all of this? And it was a huge disaster.
Very bureaucratic. And even when we got here, like there was so many like papers and forms and blah blah blah.
And paying for the TV, we don't even watch TV.
Yeah, we don't even.
We're
like, what is that? I don't know. Like, Amelie and I are both not from the UK, and moving to the UK for university
was significantly
easier than going here for like at least at the beginning with all the administrative stuff. Then it was like going here for 1 year because there was so much like minor forms and whatnot.
I don't know, we thought it would be easier and be more efficient, but it just kind of dragged on. It was very complicated and there was not a lot of support.
But I feel like once again that might have been made easier if you could have just like gone to people's offices and been like, what does this mean? Whatever.
Another COVID issue again.
So I don't know if that would have been like that always.
Okay, other besides the efficiency, anything else?
I don't know. I feel like, I mean, my family is from northern Germany, and I was surprised how like friendly people are here.
That's nice.
Everyone in the like, people always say that like southern Germany is nicer than northern Germany, but like,
they're so lovely. Like our landlord lives above our apartment, and he would just show up on a Sunday with pizza for all of us, you know, like, which was so nice.
So nice. So I think that's definitely a prejudice that has been proven true. They are friendlier in the south. So yeah.
Oh, but like, this is not really prejudice, but this is something we're so surprised by, the fact that food in supermarkets is so cheap.
So cheap.
So
cheap. It's crazy.
It's brilliant, especially for a student. And we discovered Lidl, and we were so impressed by that concept. No, that's way better in comparison to the UK.
Although the living costs in the UK are just like significantly higher than they are here.
Although the odd thing here is student discounts aren't really a big concept.
No, that's true.
Because you have to pay full price for trains and everything here, which you don't really have to in the
also
UK.
In like clothing shops like in the UK,
you get 10%
most
off.
places have 10% off.
Yes, true. In Paris, this was also a thing. Like when you look or something, you get 15% discount if you show your student card.
And all restaurants and bars and stuff, it's not really a concept here.
And they would like ask you for it, like if you go to the checkout in a clothing store or in a restaurant or whatever, they would be like, oh, do you have a student ID, because they want to give you the discount, and that's not something that happens here. At least not to us. Like that wasn't something that we were aware of, at least.
No,
I don't think so.
Yeah, I guess in the UK it's like something that's like, is it the government that does the uni days thing? Who runs that?
I have no idea.
I don't know, but there's this whole website that's like made for students that you can apply to, and all they do is like discounts for whatever you need, like from everything from like stationery, cutlery,
Pizza Hut even.
Like the most, like everything across the board.
I think the concept might be a problem because they are mainly students and then old people. So like all the bars, restaurants, the main customers are students. If they would make a discount for it, I don't know. I would appreciate it. No one's asking me. Yes, so do you have any advice for people thinking to come to Konstanz, or maybe are already planning to come to Konstanz?
I mean, I've got one. So for us, we picked the private accommodation, but as a direct result of that, we didn't have that much social contact. And I see most people coming will be in student accommodation anyway, so it won't be much of advice. But I would say if you want to do that, go for it. You meet more people.
Definitely.
Yeah, just sign up to everything and just show up everywhere. Like, you don't have to follow through, but try out new things.
No. And I guess also if you go to an event and you think it's annoying or like you don't like anyone there, you can always leave. You know. So like sign up to everything. Go. I think if we would have had the opportunity to do that, obviously that didn't happen because of lockdown and whatnot. We definitely would have done it. So yeah. But I guess it's like any new place you go to, just like make an effort, because chances are people that are around you are also like lost and looking for friends and whatnot. So I guess
I'd also say learn German before you come here.
Absolutely.
That's very true.
Yeah, for law, University of Konstanz doesn't offer a lot of English classes. They are planning on like having more classes or being able to offer someone all the ECTS in English, but
but not
that's
yet.
not the case.
Not yet.
But even
Like supermarkets and
yeah,
stuff.
exactly.
You need to speak German.
Yeah. But also for the law aspect, even if you come with German, it's such specialized terminology. That's it. That you can't even dumb it down for a more basic international level because you need those terms to be able to do the exams. So it's hard to even make it easier in that way.
Yeah, and what was Constance like? What did they
It was a
advertise as?
B2.
A B2.
But I feel like the exams themselves were more at the C2 level.
Yeah.
So the native level.
Yeah.
So it was tricky.
That's true.
Yeah, I think like when I give you like these long Sachverhalte, I'm always like, okay, if that would be French and I did a whole year in French, I would take at least half an hour. So guys, thank you very much for sharing your experiences.
Thank you for having us.
Yeah, you were really honest with us. Yes, I hope we could motivate someone or help them ease the choice of coming to Constance.
Yeah.
See you soon.
Damit wären wir nun am Ende unserer zweiten Erasmus-Folge angelangt und ich darf mich im Namen von Elsa Konstanz ganz herzlich bei euch 4 bedanken für diese spannenden Einblicke, die man so als International bekommt, wenn man nach Konstanz zieht.
Falls sich jetzt jemand entscheidet dazu, ein Erasmus-Jahr in Konstanz zu machen, dann könnt ihr euch auch gerne bei uns melden.
Für alle anderen Zuhörerinnen und Zuhörer, bis zur nächsten Folge. Bis dahin, macht's gut und bis bald. Tschüss.
Tschüss.